Welcome back, bros, to another video review. And today we have the opportunity to take a look at the Transformer Legacy Evolution Dinobot Snarl, who is member 6 out of 6 to form Volcanicus. So for the contents, this is what we get inside the packaging. We get Dinobot Snarl itself, the figure. We get one accessory, his sword, and also standard for all Transformer figures, we get the instruction manual. So for the details, this is what we get on our Dinobot Snarl. So I've already zoomed in so we could take a closer look at the figure. Now, checking out the head on this figure, it definitely represents what we got with the G1 cartoon of Dinobot Snarl. And Snarl's head looks spot on in my opinion. It looks good. It's definitely got the white painted face, the black painted helmet, and the eyes are also painted also, which are very hard to see, as you can see on the camera. But then the torso region is painted G1 accurate. It is molded in that gray plastic. And then we have this golden, like, it's not as more metallic. It's more like a beige golden plastic all throughout Snarl, on his tail, his legs, his plates. And as you can see, it's uniform. So technically, to me, it looks a lot better than what we got with the Studio Series Leader Class Snarl. So the paint scheme on this figure is just terrific in my opinion. So for the articulation on this figure, it's pretty much standard as what we get for all core class figures, but I'm gonna show it off. And the first thing we can see right here, the arms have this butterfly joint, which is for transformation. The arms do fold a little bit more than 90, as you can see. They also on ball joint, they can go up this high, back this far. They are hindered because of the tail, as you can see. The head can look left and right, but it's no up and down. It just has a swivel. The waist has a swivel, as you can see right there. And then we also have a knee bend, which is pretty good, which is more than 90 due to transformation. And then we don't have any wrist swivel because this figure right here is a core class and it won't have that type of articulation. But all in all, this is what we get for our standard core class figures. And I just want to say it looks good in my opinion. And so for the accessory, here we have Snarl holding his accessory, and I got his arm in a non-traditional way just so you can see the details on the sword. It definitely reminds me of what we have already received with the Studio Series. So here, right here, I'm hoping you can see this on screen, that they're exactly pretty much the same. Hasbro has that molded sword down pack, and I like the way it turned out even in core form. So Hasbro has did a good job with giving us that sword accessory for our Snarl, the same as what they did with the Studio Series Leader Class Snarl. So let's go ahead and kickstart this comparison portion, starting off with Studio Series 86 Leader Class Snarl compared to Core Class Dinobot Snarl. So as you see right here, let me just point it out, get it out there in the air. I got these additional weapons that you do not see him with the original sword from tfsafari.com, where it gives Snarl his shoulder cannon, Snarl his sword, and also his gun. So you can find that below in the description. The link will be posted. It is the TF Safari Matrix of Leadership for Snarl. Now, continuing with the comparison, here we have the design spot on as what you see with the core class figure we have gotten right here compared to the leader class. There's a few details that might not be there, like the silver right here on the torso. Other than that, there's pretty much everything is covered. So I don't have any complaints with the core class missing any paint details, because they did an excellent job of capturing all the paint details on what we got with the figure in the more G1 accurate cartoon deco. And for my next comparison, here we have all 6 Dinobots transform into their robots mode so that you could see how well they fit together. And I'm definitely liking the way Dinobot Snarl fits with Dinobot Slag, Sludge, Scar, Swoop, and Grimlock. They definitely look good, and they're definitely adding to our core collection of Autobots. So I'm definitely really digging this. And I like that our Autobots are starting to fill out, because they were definitely outnumbered by the Decepticons by a lot without these Dinobots. So speaking about the Autobots, here we have all 11 Autobots that have been released, whether it's through the Studio Series line or whether it's through the Legacy line. So yes, the Autobots have definitely caught up to the Decepticons. So just to show off the Decepticons, I'm going to just put them in one by one. So here's one, as you can see right here. Here's two. Here's three. Sorry, he fell. Here's four. Here's five. Six. Seven. And we have 8. But I feel like we have more. I don't know if I'm missing one. Definitely let me know, guys. But yes, so far we have 8 Decepticons, and now we have 11 Autobots. So now we need Hasbro to bring out some more Decepticons. Now, I don't know how they're going to pull this off, but I would love to see triple changer core class Decepticons, or matter of fact, bring out the Insecticons. That will even the scale or the teams with 11 figures apiece, where you can have a ton of playability and fun with this core class line. So now it's time for transformation. So now that we have Snarl in his Dinobot mode, this is what we get. And we get a nice compact Stegosaurus is what I'm believing what it is. But as we all know, this is Snarl. He looks good. He compresses. He's got the color scheme that looks just like Snarl. For a core class figure, I can't really complain. The Autobot symbol is spot on and not off, as you can see. So I'm definitely excited about that. And for this being such a small little figure, it turned out great in my opinion. So let's continue and bring out some more Dinobots for some more comparisons. And so for comparisons in his Dinobot mode, here we have Snarl compared with the other 5 previous Dinobots that we have already received that have been released in this wave. Now that we have all 6, we all know that we can form Volcanicus, but just looking at the group as a whole, they are very cohesive and look like they fit together as a group. And I'm definitely liking what Hasbro has done with the Dinobots, and they just look good and remind me of the G1 figures, of course with a more modern style, a modernized style of engineering for these figures, because they do become a combiner. But overall, they look good. But if you take away this 6th member right here, now we have the original G15 core class Dinobots. But in order to form Volcanicus, you need the 6th member. But they all look good. So let's turn them around so you can see the frontal views of these characters. And I must say, I like the way they turned out. Even with the front view, the Dinobots look fierce and ready to take on the Decepticons. For more comparisons, here we have Snarl with Optimus Prime Core Class, Ratchet, Ironhide, and Bumblebee. And I must say, I don't think the scale is necessarily that far off. I think the height of the Stegosaurus from the hind legs is spot on, but I do think the length of the Stegosaurus might be a little bit too squat, but it definitely looks good in that core class scale with the other fellow Autobots. Continuing the comparisons, here we have Studio Series 86 Leader Class Snarl with also Core Class Snarl in its Dinobot mode. And now you can see where they've gotten their inspiration from for creating this Core Class figure. And I do think it turned out great. And I like the way that it looks compared to being a downsized scale of a Leader Class figure. So let's go ahead and transform Snarl into his limb mode to form Volcanicus, because I've already taken too much of your time and I appreciate you bearing with me. So basically what you want to do is go ahead and take the front portion, disconnect that, because that is the easiest part. Then you want to split, unfold the legs, bring them out like that, open them up so that you can put the head back inside. And then what we're going to do is close it back up. And then now let's turn our attention to the top. Basically take the Stegosaurus back piece off, flip the little peg piece up. For the hands, disconnect them right here. Bring them to the front like this. Move the legs out the way so you have a little bit of clearance. Now this is the tricky part, is trying to get the shoulders to peg together. Once you got them pegged together, now you could go ahead and snap in the arms in the crotch region, and you may take a little bit of wiggle room to pop them in. Squeeze the shoulders back together in case they came loose. And now right here you have two pegs on the back where the two pegs on the back of the feet go. And you just slide it in just like that. And then finally you take the back of the Stegosaurus, turn it around, and then there's two pegs to go right here on the inside, and peg it together. And now we have Volcanicus foot or limb ready to go, and we'll go ahead and combine that next. So now that we have Snarl transformed into his leg mode, let's go ahead and assemble him so you guys can see how well this figure looks as a whole. And you just slide the peg in right here, and here you have Volcanicus. So here we are, guys. Here we have Volcanicus all combined with the last member of the team, Snarl, in his leg or limb mode. This is what we get. And yes, guys, if you think my Volcanicus looks a little different, I went ahead and put these pieces right here in the front because it makes the legs more beefier versus being in the back to hide them to give it more back kibble. I feel like the legs now look a little bit more thicker and sturdier, in my opinion. So with that being said, this is what you get, guys, when we finally have Volcanicus all transformed into its combiner mode. Yes, I think this is a fun little mode for a core class combiner. Well, there will be probably another reissue or recolor of this for the Dino King, is what I'm hearing, possibly in the near future. I don't know when it's coming out. Might be a selects, because as of right now, we know that the Legacy Unite Wave core class is Energon Megatron. We have a Tasmanian Kid, which is Snarl. And then we also have a rock guy that I cannot think of the name. But anyway, imagine if we got a Devastator like this in this size to round out with our core size figures, man. That would be impressive. Imagine if we get Superion or Bruticus or whatever. Just think of what Hasbro can do with the figures for these size. So I'm excited for what they gave us, and I'm definitely looking forward to them continuing this concept of giving us core size combiners. In my opinion, this will be awesome and incredible. And here we are lastly for my final comparison. Here we have Volcanicus combined with other Transformers. As you can see right now, Volcanicus is like a large size deluxe figure. He's not quite big enough to be a Voyager size figure, but you see how he scales and fits in between those two classes. And also we have Optimus Prime, Megatron, and Ratchet, just to show you the height compared to the other core class combiners. Now, would I have loved this core class combiner to be about the size of a leader class? Yes, that would be perfect in my opinion. But for what they gave us, I think it's pretty good. And for the $60 that we have to pay for, I wonder if they're going to do a box set in the future of these Dinobots, so that for those who had issues trying to find all 6, you'll be able to complete them all in one purchase, hopefully in the near future. So in conclusion, guys, now it's time for the Yeah Bro Pickup or the Pass segment of my review. I know it's a long review, but I wanted to be as detailed as possible to inform you my opinions and thoughts on purchasing this core class Dinobot Snarl figure. So coming straight out and being straightforward, this is a pickup, especially if you have the other 5 of the Dinobot core class figures and you want to intend to make Volcanicus. The paint details on this figure, in my opinion, for a core class is outstanding. It has all the paint details that you would want on the figure Snarl, which is definitely very darn good. Consider it being like a small Studio Series core class figure, because it's the same paint details as what we got for the Studio Series leader class. Now, the molding on this is brand new. It's spot on. I don't have any issues or fears of breaking this toy. The playability is outstanding because you could play with it in dinosaur mode, robot mode, and then additionally it has a combine mode to form a combiner. So yes, this is an outstanding toy. I highly recommend it. Go ahead and pick this figure up if you see this in your stores or on retail for sale. So if you're interested in picking up a copy of this figure, I got my copy from HasbroPulse.com, where I paid $11.99 plus taxes, and it was shipped out to me as soon as it came in stock. If you would like to purchase this figure also from HasbroPulse.com, I will have the link below in the description where you can copy and paste that into your web browser, and it'll take you directly to Dinobot Snarl so you can purchase. If you do not wish to go there, there are other retailers with this figure in stock. Just go ahead and search for that and definitely pick up this figure because it is a very enjoyable and worth the money that you pay for this toy. As always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. By doing these 4 actions, it shows my channel a tremendous amount of support, and not only that, positive feedback as a reviewer. Thank you once again for spending your time watching my video, and until next time, yeah bro, I'll see you soon. And keep in mind, guys, please turn on your notifications so you will be notified when a new video has been released for the Yeah Bro Productions channel. Thank you once again, and see you soon.